Windows that look completely normal, yet silently generate electricity. No tinting, no distortion, no bulky panels stuck on the roof, just clean, clear glass turning sunlight into power. That's exactly what scientists in China have now achieved, a transparent solar coating designed at Nanjing University that can transform ordinary windows into power generators without changing their appearance. And what makes it truly shocking is that it overturns years of failed attempts to balance clarity and efficiency. For decades, researchers have tried to make solar windows work. The idea sounds simple, but the execution has been almost impossible. Traditional luminescent solar concentrators use dyes or quantum dots to absorb light and re emit it, but they left a visible tint. Worse, they wasted energy as light leaked away. Scattering based coatings tried to redirect light, but they made glass look cloudy or hazy. Both approaches promised a future of energy producing skyscrapers, yet both hit the same wall. You couldn't keep the glass truly transparent and still harvest meaningful amounts of energy. But the Nanjing team has changed the rules. Instead of absorbing and re emitting light, their coating steers it. The breakthrough relies on cholesteric liquid crystals, special materials with a helical molecular structure that can control circularly polarized light. By carefully stacking layers of these crystals with submicron periodicities, they created a coating that diffracts one component of sunlight into the glass at steep angles. Once trapped by total internal reflection, the light races to the edge of the window where small strips of photovoltaic cells convert it into electricity. The hidden truth is that this makes the glass act like an invisible funnel. The light entering from a wide surface area is concentrated and delivered to a narrow edge. That means you only need tiny amounts of PV material. In simulations, a 2-meter wide window concentrated sunlight up to 50 times its normal intensity, reducing PV area by as much as 75%. For architects, that means clean building lines, cheaper installations, and new freedom to design energy self-sufficient towers without ugly panels. But here's the catch. Achieving transparency was never just about letting light through, it was about keeping the view natural. In this system, average visible transmittance is around 64% and the color rendering index hits 91. In simple terms, the window still looks and feels like glass. No rainbow fringes, no strange hues. The team even built a 1-inch prototype that directly powered a fan outdoors, proving the system can work in real sunlight, not just in simulations. Compared to earlier competitors, this approach solves three major problems. First, it avoids the reabsorption losses that cripple luminescent concentrators. Second, it funnels light in a single direction instead of scattering it everywhere, meaning one edge can do all the work. And third, it's scalable. The multi-layer liquid crystal films are made by photoalignment and polymerization, processes that can be adapted to roll-to-roll manufacturing. In other words, entire sheets of this coating can be printed like wallpaper for windows. The implications stretch far beyond office towers. Greenhouses could use this coating to generate energy without blocking plant useful light. Transparent displays could integrate power harvesting layers directly into their screens. Even retrofitting existing buildings becomes possible since the coating can be applied onto ordinary glass panels already in place. But the most exciting part may be what happens when this coating is paired with high performance photovoltaic cells. In tests, the system was compatible with gallium arsenide cells, a material far more efficient than standard silicon, that could push conversion rates to levels that make window power competitive with rooftop solar. Imagine skyscrapers covered in glass that quietly generates much of its own energy. The challenges ahead are real. The coating currently directs about 18% of incident energy to the edge, and improving that number will be crucial. Performance also depends on polarization and the angle of the sun. Long-term durability tests will be needed to prove the films can survive decades of UV exposure, cleaning, and weather. But the foundations are strong. For the first time, a solar window coating delivers clarity, efficiency, and scalability all at once. This is not just a clever piece of optics, it's a practical strategy for global carbon reduction. Cities consume the majority of the world's energy, and skyscrapers are at the heart of that demand. If even a fraction of urban glass can be turned into invisible solar generators, the impact on emissions and energy independence could be enormous. The story of solar has always been about chasing more power from less space. Rooftops, deserts, and farmlands have all been harnessed. Now, windows join the list. What once was passive glass can now become active energy infrastructure. The view through your window might look the same tomorrow, but thanks to this breakthrough, the glass itself could be powering the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below because the future of green buildings just got a lot clearer, and you'll want to stay tuned for more innovation here on Dazen.